What's up, guys? What's up, Bum Nation? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new, you want to become a part of Bum Nation, hit that sub button, give a like on the video. Let's get right into today's topic. We are talking about the NBA playoffs once again. We had two good games yesterday. We had two good games yesterday. Well, not really good. One of them was kind of eh. The other one was pretty good. So we'll get into those, then I'll mention a little bit about the games that's happening tonight, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys? So, first game, Boston versus Toronto. Boston got away with homicide. That's what they did. They got away with homicide. They killed Toronto Raptors last night. Man, they all had a pretty good game. I don't know if I see Toronto coming back and winning, to be completely honest. It just seems like it's too much for them right now. It was 2-2. It's only 3-2 now. They do have another chance tomorrow to tie up the series again. It can happen. They just got to do better. Van Vliet had 18, but he was 2 of 7 from three-point land. Lowry only had 10. Siakam had 10. Marc Gasol had a big fat 0. And Powell had 16 off the bench. But they're going to need more contribution from other guys in order to try to beat this Boston team. That's just 100% facts. Like, especially if you're not going to play defense or your defense is not that good, gotta play your offensive players have to play better. Lowry with 10 points and Siakam with 10 points is not doing nothing at all, to be completely honest. It's not going to help nothing. Like, even though Van Vliet had 18, he was 2 of 7 from three-point land. He had 18. He's the leading scorer of the team right now. Not in the whole series, just he led yesterday in scoring. So they got to find something. They got to do something. They got to do better, because if not, it's going to be another blowout. It's just proving that they don't have it. Like, they need somebody else. They need another key part in order to win a championship or try to repeat or even move on to the next round. Yeah, they did great in the regular season, but this is the playoffs, and now they're just getting stomped. And they're not getting stomped. They came back 2 games, So, I think they still have a chance to win another game, but it's all honestly on them. We just have to see where it goes. Boston did great. Jaylen Brown finally had a good game. Got out his shooting slump. He had 27. Tatum still is kind of in a little slump right now. He had 18 and 10. So that's good. Walker had 21. Smart had 12. And some other guys had scored as well. So everybody's contributing. And that's what the Toronto needs. They need other people to contribute, because they can't rely on one person to contribute, because it's just not enough. They don't have Kawhi to come here and save them. They're just a group of good basketball players that play well together and that's coached very well. But I guess this Boston team, who has basically, a superstar in the making in Jason Tatum. They have a star in Kemba Walker. We don't know what Jaylen Brown is yet, man. They have a great defensive player in Marcus Smart. So it just, I don't know. Toronto's just a weird team, because they do good some games and they don't do good some other games. So it's up and down for them. So hopefully they could come back and maybe tie it up. I would love to see a game 7, but they got me with the last 2 games, and I tried to come back and watch this one. It was like, oh, you guys are getting blown out, and that's just what happened. But nonetheless, tomorrow's game, hopefully we see what happened. Check it out. Toronto's obviously going to be fighting for their lives, just because this is an elimination game for them. So expect a good game tomorrow, hopefully. That's all I can say is hopefully. Don't just expect one, but hopefully expect one, because I wasn't expecting another blowout like yesterday. The last game of the night was the Clippers versus the Nuggets. This one was a good one. A lot of good things going on. I think what hurt the Nuggets though in the end was Murray not shooting well. He was 5 of 17 from the field. He only had about 14 points. Jokic is doing his thing. He had 32 and 12. Porter actually had a good game. He had 18 and 10. Millsap had 11, but I feel like they're just not getting Millsap. Like, after I kept watching the series, and just Denver in general, they're not getting Millsap involved at that involved. You know what I mean? So his points come off of like offensive rebounds or a rebound, and he'll put it up, things like that. It's not more like, okay, you're like our next scoring option. I think he went away from that, and that's where you insert Michael Porter Jr. You know what I mean? But they only lost 107 to 113. They were up pretty much almost the whole game. Just that fourth quarter came in, and the Clippers just know how to turn it on. You can see from the first 3 quarters, and then the third quarter, you see them amp up their defense a little bit. But then when that fourth quarter comes, they just amp it up even more, and it's hard to score on them. It's hard to score on them, especially with your other star player not scoring in Murray. So they're like, okay, he's off. Let's just focus on the big man, which is hard to do, and try to have Jokic carry you to the promised land. But it's just not. I don't think it's sustainable, and obviously it was proven last night. So Leonard had a huge block with his middle finger. He blocked it barely with his middle finger, man. The guy has huge hands. Leonard, he had 23 and 14 rebounds. George had a good game. He had 32. Every time you thought, like, yo, like, the Nuggets are going on a run, Paul George would hit a 3. Every time he would hit a 3 to end that run. And, like, to make sure the Clippers were close. Morris had 12. Williams is still struggling, but that's a good thing about having two superstars on your team, pretty much, Paul George and Leonard. Because you could afford Williams to struggle. Would you like him to? No, because then it creates games like this where they're kind of close, you know. But with Leonard and George scoring how they score, you kind of are almost guaranteed to win. Not all the time, obviously, because it depends on the other team and things like that. And I just feel like the Nuggets didn't have a lot of things going in their favor with Murray being off. I feel like Harris has to step up even more. They implemented him back into the starting lineup. I know he came back from injury, but it's just a lot of things going on that they need him to score. They need him to score, especially in that starting lineup, because it can't just be Jokic and Murray. Especially when Murray's off, they gotta have Gary Harris to rely on as well. I'm not starting PJ. That's all we can say, you know. But a very, very good game. I'm liking this series a lot. Hopefully the Nuggets win the next game. I would love to see this series go to 7, but it's easier said than done against this Clippers team. Great defensively, great offensively. They have a great, solid team all around. So, like, I'm excited about this series. This series has my attention, and so far all the games have been like fun to watch, except the first one. Obviously, the first one was, you know, kind of like a blowout, but it is what it is. They came back the second game, they won. Third game, they came out shooting as well, but, you know, it just didn't happen the way it needed to happen. But it's all good. But they play tomorrow, so that should be another good game. So we'll talk about that again tomorrow. Tonight, though, we do have some really good games as well. We have the Bucks versus the Heat. Heat trying to close them out. Move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. We don't know yet if Giannis is playing. Hopefully he's not, because one, we don't want him to get injured, to re-injure that ankle, and then obviously we just want the Heat to go to the finals. And then we have the Lakers versus Rockets, Game 3. So this one, I think, like I said before, it's gonna be basically 0-0. This is, you know, this is like a new game, new everything. This is what it is, and that's it. So look out for those games, guys. We'll discuss them tomorrow. I'll do update you guys another video on my opinion about those games tomorrow. It should be good tonight. They definitely will be good, especially the first game and that second game will be good. These are gonna be good competitive games right here, so you don't have to worry about no blowouts from what I believe. But yeah, guys, I mean, thank you for tuning in. You guys are awesome. Thank you, guys. I'll catch you guys later. Bum Nation, we out.